So greetings from Fort Washington State Park here in Pennsylvania. So as always, greetings from Pennsylvania. Well, I told you, we're here at Fort Washington State Park on a breezy spring day. We were just at a Norristown Farm Park, about half an hour away from here. Not too far from Philly at this point, Philadelphia. So I parked across the street down by the park office and just came across here. This is the historic Fort Hill area. So we're gonna head up here. And there is more to this park. It's not a huge park, but it kind of sprawls around a bit. I'll show you the map later on. Get to a spot that's a little sheltered from the wind. And of course, this is part of my effort to get to every state park here in Pennsylvania. I believe this marks number 82. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong down below. But it's called Fort Washington State Park because Washington stayed here during the Revolutionary War. I think they were here prior to the winter when they spent at Valley Forge. They were kind of retreating from Philadelphia and stayed here for a bit. We'll talk more about that history a little bit later. So I'll be here again at some point in the future. Eventually I'm going to do a series on the Revolutionary War here in Pennsylvania. Since this is called the Fort Hill area, I'm going to assume that this is where the fort itself stood, up here somewhere. It makes sense to put it on a hill. Looks like there's some folks up here clearing some trees. Yeah, there's a ton of tree damage up here. Almost looks like a tornado came through. But I am seeing what looks like a fort-like structures out there. You know, like the ramparts, I guess you could call it. The earthworks that they put up around the fort is out there. We'll check that out in a moment. Not sure if that's what that is or not. Because there's some kind of stone thing out there as well. I see some information signs down there too, but let's walk up here first. Yeah, look at all the tree damage. Yeah, all around. Had to have been like a tornado or something. All big, beautiful oak trees. Actually, second thought, I think we'll check this out down here first before we keep going uphill. Let's see what's going on down here. Gotta ease my curiosity. It just uprooted all these trees. Big ones too. Yes, these almost look like the earthworks that you put around a fort. Not sure what this is, but let's see, there's a sign down here. I wonder if there's like a cannon emplacement though too. Facing out that way. But I guess this sign will probably tell us. Yeah, you were here. So we're up on Fort Hill. So we're in what's called the Redoubt. There's a couple of those. There's like little forts. Look, there's one over there. Artillery at the bottom here. Yeah, in November and early December 1777, this area bustled with activity as General Washington's Continental Army prepared to face the British. Washington's troops built earthen defenses, what we're staying on right now, cut access lanes to the forest, prepared muskets, shelters. Talks a bit more. Harsh conditions. I can read everything. You can pause the video and read some of this if you want to. Yeah, it gives a picture of what some of these places would look like with the stakes in the ground and stuff. What some of the huts they would look like. But yeah, this elevated stronghold helped determine the fate of the Continental Army. The White Marsh encampment, comprising 11,000 officers and soldiers, stretched from this spot to Militia Hill on your right and to Camp Hill on your left. During 3 days of skirmishing, the Americans held their position, causing the British to end their assault and return to Philadelphia. Washington's army survived. The next challenge, winter at Valley Forge. You can read a little bit more there if you want to. So yeah, there you go. One of the little forts or redoubts they built. In this area. I mean, if we're on a hill, you can clearly look out. Of course, back then there wouldn't have been a huge highway going through the area. Yeah, so just look at the little map again. Like I said, we're here. That's the Pennsylvania Turnpike. That's what we're looking at out there, the main highway. And here's Militia Hill then, which would be that hill out there. So they were encamped, you know, all along this distance. And then there was another fort, another redoubt over here at Camp Hill, which would have been more back this way, it looks like. Cool. Yeah, so these were built by the Continental Army. Not sure if there was any restoration done, or if this is how they looked like back then. You know, sometimes they do a little bit of restoration. All right, well, let's keep going up the hill. See where this goes. But before we head up that hill too much further, I do want to show you take a moment to show you the map here. So you can see that the park kind of sprawls out. These little fingers go off in different directions. I parked up here. Let me switch fingers. I parked up here at the park office, and we're hiking up here. This is where the fort is located. But there are different areas. It looks like there's some hiking over here, disc golf and playgrounds and stuff. Another area down here that you can hang out at. Like these are like day use areas, and over here is more of the historic area. So you could explore more if you wanted to. Yeah, so I love history, and I love the idea of putting myself back in time. We're just thinking, like, right where we're standing right now, back in 1777, this is where the Continental Army was encamped for some time. Building that fort, building little, you know, brush shelters, and just going off and fighting little skirmishes. Speaking of fighting skirmishes, I mean, look. Let's see, look at all that tree damage back there. It's like insane. Something definitely came through here. Yeah, but this is the end of the road. I'll give you a look in a moment, but yeah. Just, it'd be cool if you could transport yourself back in time just for a little bit to be there, to see what it was like. At least I wouldn't mind. Not sure if I would want to stay, but it'd be fun to like check it out for a little bit. And once again, just look at all the damage. I might ask those guys down below what actually happened here. Yeah. Yeah, look at that big guy. It just snapped right off. It looked like it was kind of rotting too, but yeah, the fort was just down there. And then once again down here is our fort, or at least one of them. So yeah, just got done talking to the guys up there. Yeah, a tornado did come through here. Just destroyed the area. Yeah, the one guy up there said he lived just about 100 yards from where the damage of the tornado was like stopped. It didn't hit his house, but if it had been just over just a little bit, his house would have been destroyed. Yeah, they don't work for the park, but you can get a permit from the park to come here and cut some of this wood. Like they'll use it for firewood, stuff like that. Which is kind of good because the park probably doesn't have the resources itself to clean all that up, or the money right now. So if you can have private individuals who can use it for firewood and are willing to cut it up themselves, you can get rid of the damage. But yeah, they said it used to be beautiful up there with all those big trees, huge ones, you know, like shading the area, beautiful place. But now it looks like, you know, the Revolutionary War just happened up there, and you know, cannon fire blew all those trees down. But yeah. All right, so there's more here to see at the park. if you want to like play games, do more of like a picnic and stuff. But this is a spot I wanted to see up here where the fort was, where the park is named after. I wasn't sure if there would be anything up there or not because the map didn't really say there's a fort here or anything, but there's something up there to see if you're into history. If you're into playgrounds and volleyball and other stuff, you can check out the other parts of the park, but I came here to see what I wanted to see. So on that note, I think I will head out of here to the next location. I'm planning on going to what's called Rolling Mill Park? It's not a state park, but there's some cool ruins there. That is the plan, if we can find our way there. So as always, thanks for coming along, and I'll see you on the next one.